Hi, Jill. Thank you for coming in today to discuss Bob. I'm sure your schedule is very busy. Do you have some time to talk about some of his behaviors in school?
Yeah, I had to miss work for this meeting, and with the move, I have to work longer hours, so it's an inconvenience. But since I'm already here, we can discuss the problems Bob has been having at school.
Well, you're obviously a very hardworking parent. It seems like you know that Bob has been having some issues. So the school has noticed that he's been throwing rocks at other students. And we're thinking that this may be because he's not adjusting very well to his new school. I know he's a new student. So how do you think Bob is adjusting to the move?
Not well, actually. Normally, when me and my husband are at home, he just goes into his room, doesn't really talk to anybody, doesn't play with his brothers. But when he does, he's rough with them. So we feel like he's just upset that we had to move.
So you feel that Bob may be acting out because he feels lonely and maybe a little confused.
Yeah. He's always been like rough with like his brothers, and my husband's always like boys will be boys, but at school we really don't think he should act like that. But we also feel like the school should be handling that and helping him to make new friends so he's not as lonely.
So you feel the school should have a bigger part in adjusting his behavior from his old school to his new school. How does his behaviors concern you?
It concerns me a lot because obviously I want the best for my child and I want him to have lots of friends. And obviously if he keeps, being rough, that could in the future cause him to have even more problems and continue being like rough and angry towards others.
Yeah. You seem very frustrated that he's acting out, not only at school, but also at home. You clearly want what's best for your child, as does any parent.
Yeah. I'm concerned, but I don't really have a lot of time to deal with that. And that's why we send him to school. Like, we feel like the school should help him learn that behavior is not okay and help him learn to make new friends.
So your past school hasn't exactly helped Bob with these behaviors that he's been showing from the old school to the new school. So what would you like us to be able to do for Bob? What would you like to see happen?
I don't know. Maybe there's like other kids who have had to move or moved a lot, so he could maybe like hang out with them or like be able to talk to them about like how he's feeling frustrated and angry.
So you feel like the reason he's acting out is because he is frustrated and angry because he hasn't been able to make friends at his old school, and now his new school is kind of showing him that same disregard.
Yeah, I feel like he's just upset because he didn't have like lots of friends at his old school, but the ones he did, he was always hanging out with. They played sports together, so he became very close.
Okay. Well, we've also noticed that Bob has really taken to soccer and gym class. So some other staff members have come up with a few strategies that we think might help Bob adjust to his move. Do you mind if I discuss those with you right now?
Yeah, I'd like to hear the options that you guys have come up with.
Okay. So what we're thinking is that because Bob, again, has been enjoying soccer and gym class, he seems to be able to interact with his classmates more in a physical activity. We thought maybe an extracurricular like soccer would be really good for Bob to join. We've also thought that perhaps just counseling for Bob, just one-on-one, might be really helpful so he can express those frustrations that he's been having at school, not being able to make friends at either here or his other school. It might be good just to talk this out so he doesn't express it in a more physical manner. And then we've also discussed possibly family counseling, just so everyone can talk about their frustrations. It sounds like you and your husband both have very busy work schedules, so that might be nice for a family session. So how do these options sound to you?
I definitely have been thinking about enrolling him into sports. I feel like that will really help him make friends.
Awesome.
But I also like the idea of individual counseling. Family counseling, we're just way too busy for that. My other two sons are like in high school, so we just But I feel like if he's able to talk to someone other than me and my husband, it will really help him be able to get some of those frustrations out.
So it sounds like you're leaning towards either family counseling or I'm sorry, not family counseling, individual counseling or extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? Okay. So what do you think would be the most doable option for you out of those two that I just discussed?
Probably individual counseling, because he could go see someone right like after school to help him learn how to deal with these behaviors. And then once he gets settled in, maybe like enroll him in some extracurricular activities. But right now I feel like he just really needs someone to talk to.
Why do you feel like he just needs to talk to someone one-on-one?
Because he's like super frustrated and upset with us and is unable to talk to us because he feels like he's angry towards me and my husband because we moved him away from everything that he liked.
So you feel that he's taking out some of his frustrations on other students because of the decisions that you and your husband have made?
Yeah. And then when we try to talk to him, he's angry towards us. So like another adult may be better for him.
So you feel a bit of a disconnection between your son and you as a parent.
Yeah.
So individual counseling is what you're thinking right now. How do you feel like you can accomplish this? You and your husband sound very busy, and you are very hardworking parents. Clearly, you care about the welfare of your child. You're here today showing that you are. So how do you feel like you can make this happen? Because we offer counseling after school, like you said. How would you make this possible?
If he could go like once a week, I feel like that would help him, and I would be able to make time in my schedule to come pick him up.
Okay. So the team and I were thinking that, if you don't mind me discussing this with you, okay. The team and I were thinking that maybe Bob could come in 3 times a week, just because he is displaying more violent behaviors, we'll say. Again, he's a very bright student. I feel like he does want to make friends. Do you feel like, how can you accomplish bringing in Bob 3 times a week?
3 times a week is just not an option right now.
Okay.
At the most, we could do 2, but with my work schedule and my husband's, it's just, we want to help him, but we just don't have the time to do that.
Okay, so 2 times a week is good. Are there people, what are some ways in your life that you may be able to make 2 times a week possible for you guys?
I can take some time off of work on the day that I have to take him, and then my husband could take him on the other day, and we could just alternate weeks to get the best help for Bob.
Good. Okay. So how are you feeling about this intervention that you've chosen today?
I feel good about it. I feel like it's a good step towards him because he'll be able to talk to someone other than like me or my husband because he's not happy with us since the move. And hopefully it will help him learn how to like deal with his aggression and not throw rocks at his student.
So you're hoping that Bob will be able to learn behaviors that might be able to help him cope with some of the loneliness that he's been experiencing from, again, his other schools and maybe towards you guys as well.
Yeah.
Would you like to see these behaviors also displayed at home?
Yeah, I mean, he is rough with his brothers, so we would like to see like him change. But lately he just hasn't really interacted with anyone in the family. So we're hoping by him being able to talk to someone, he will be more willing to hang out with his brothers and like talk to me and my husband and eventually find friends.
Okay, so by going through this intervention, you're hoping that he may be able to soften his aggressions that he's displaying towards his brothers and other students, and then begin to open up about his feelings with you and possibly his siblings.
Yeah.
Okay. So when would you like to start this intervention?
I'm thinking like as soon as possible, probably like next week.
As soon as possible? That's great. That's awesome. I feel like you really want to see some changed behaviors in Bob, and by doing this intervention, you feel hopeful.
Yeah. I think it will really help him.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again for coming in today. I know you're, again, a very hardworking parent. You seem very passionate about helping Bob with his move. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want the best for him. I would like him to make new friends, but I feel like the first step is for him to just to be able to talk to like an adult or somebody that he's not like super familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
That way he can really express how he's feeling.
Well, that sounds good. I feel like we can start this right away with Bob. Again, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.